IVM.
Hello and welcome to Football Twaddle. We are going to start this fantasy thing every week. I have no idea what it is. I don't even remember my password. I don't know what my team name is. But Saru, I'm going to be your guiding light for your fantasy game. But thankfully, I have Jayant with us. Jayant?
Hi guys, FPL is back. Project Restart is about to get underway, and yeah,
Are you calling it Project Restart for FPL as well?
yeah, of course. What else? What else is it? It's project. It's a universal term for the game for the Premier League game across all platforms.
Yeah, and Jayant has very kindly agreed to go through every game week now. Or every week there'll be an FPL episode where Jayant is going to speak, so you don't have to listen to my bullshit or Baru's bullshit or anyone. And Jayant is also going to back up what he says by writing something on his blog. Hopefully. He's already nodding his head, so that's a good start. And we will put that as well. So Jayant, what has happened in 3 months in FPL? I haven't gone to the website or the app. Is it still working?
So yeah, I mean it I think went live about a week ago again, the FPL game after the fixture list was released. The major change that everyone should be aware of is that you have unlimited transfers up till the start of game week 30. So if you had a bad team, it allows a lot of managers to reset and to take cognizance of what's happening in the league right now, and then just plan for the next 8 weeks.
Wait. You're going too fast for my liking, man. When did FPL stop? Like at what point? There were some fixtures cancelled in game week 30.
So the first again I think the last fixture that happened was Leicester City versus Aston Villa, and then the next fixture that was supposed to happen was City Arsenal, but then Arteta got coronavirus, and then a lot of his players were quarantined because they were there was a scare that they might have it. So the first City Arsenal got postponed, and then I think the entire game week got cancelled, and then they just enforced a complete lockdown on the Premier League as well. So the Premier League is returning with a double game week. We'll talk about chip strategies a little bit later.
Okay.
But yeah, so again, City Arsenal is one of the fixtures in the double game week. Yeah, so as we were saying that there are unlimited transfers that you can work with, but you can't use your free hit as well as unlimited transfers. So if you free hit this game week, you cannot use the unlimited transfers as well. What will happen is you use your free hit, and then you use your free hit for game week 30, and then your team will go back to what it was, the 15-member squad that you have right now for game week 31 onward.
Okay. So, man, that is so confusing, but I guess we will just get used to it. Now, the first week which starts, I think Premier League starts on the 17th, right? It starts with Sheffield Aston Villa or Aston Villa Sheffield, doesn't it?
So that's the first fixture, and so there are 4 teams that have a double game week. It's Sheffield United, Aston Villa, City, and Arsenal. So yeah, the strategy should look. You don't know what's going to happen like later in the Premier League season. Now, will there be other double game weeks? We know for a fact that this is a double game week. So just try and maximize and get as many points from this double game week as possible. Use your chips. Try to build a strategy around maximizing points from this game week, and then take it from there.
All right. So there's a WhatsApp message which was doing the rounds once the FPL site was open. And so let me read a few points in it and assume I don't understand any of it and see if you can make sense of them.
Sure.
So it says the remaining season's fixtures have been allocated new game weeks. Each game week is indicated by a game week 30 plus, game week 31 plus or whatever. Game week 30 plus is a double game week starting with midweek fixtures Aston Villa Sheffield and City Arsenal, followed by a full round of 10 matches. That I understood. We don't need explanation for that. FPL managers can make unlimited free transfers until the game week 30 deadline without playing a wild card. Is that true?
Yes.
So if I go to my FPL site right now and make any number of changes, it will be no points deducted. It's unlimited transfers, correct?
It's unlimited transfers, and what's important is that the players value will not rise until game week 30 plus starts as well. So even if a lot of players are going to buy like a Sergio Aguero right now because he has a double game week, his price will not rise until game week 30 is live.
Oh, so till actually he starts scoring goals against Arsenal, his price will not increase.
Correct.
Oh, that is so cool. But I thought it always worked like that, or it just keep. Oh, it actually this year it started changing because of the number of people buying and selling.
No,
The
it always changes like between game weeks, but before the season starts, obviously players have a lock-in value, a
okay,
lock-in price.
all right. The next point they made was any unused chips or wild cards will remain available for use before the end of the season. I thought that was obvious. I didn't know why they had to mention that as a point that if you haven't used your chip, it's available.
No, I think what some people were asking was that will I get all my chips back? Like if I've used a wild card and something, will I get them
So
back?
why should they get all these chips
I mean, they're
back?
giving unlimited transfers. Some people were like, okay, give us unlimited chips as well.
Who are these people?
Hopeful. The guys who use their chips, no.
Man, that would have been so unfair on people like me who save their chips for the game week 37 and 38.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Like, what if a rainy day occurs? Like, this is a global pandemic. Is there going to be any worse rainy day?
Yeah. Oh, on a side note, do you think every year should we have a pandemic planning as well for FPL?
Yeah.
Or is this once in 100-year occurrence?
Let's hope it's once in 100 years.
All right. So triple captain, bench boost, and free hit chips are available in game week 30. But if you have unlimited transfers, I don't know why anyone would use free hit, right?
No, so okay, so let's get into chip strategy now. What is happening is that a lot of managers who have used their second wildcard have used it very recently. So they already have quite a well balanced team for the remainder of the season.
Hmm.
So what they're planning to do is use the free hit for this game week, load up on the double game week players, and then their squad will revert to what it was to the balanced squad game week 31 onwards. What happens with the unlimited transfers is you might lose a lot of value on, like, if you bought Kevin De Bruyne at a really cheap, okay, not Kevin De Bruyne because you will have it for the double game week. Suppose you bought Jimenez at a really cheap price, and then you transfer him out this game week, then you lose like almost zero point 0.4 or zero point 0.5 if you have to get him back. That's just one example. Even if Trent Alexander-Arnold, you might lose a lot of value if you use the unlimited transfers. So that's what a lot of managers who don't have two wildcards, they're using the free hit this game week, and then the squad will revert back to what it is game 31 onwards. Now the thing is, if you have all your chips left, which is the case for you and the case for me, I have a wild card, I have a bench boost, I have the three remaining chips. What you should then do is use your unlimited transfers, load up on the double game week players, and then wildcard in game week 31, so that you have a balanced squad for the next game week and for the remainder of the season.
All right. So according to what you're saying is, I mean, let's take me as an example. Since I have a wild card, free hit, and now unlimited transfers, you're saying make unlimited transfers right now and load up on the players for the double game week or whatever I want to do basically with the unlimited transfers, and then use a wild card and change it for the next game week. Correct?
Yes. So, I mean, why that makes sense also is that, use the unlimited transfers as well as use a bench boost for game week 30. What that does is you'll have 12 players, 3 players each from the 4 teams that have double game weeks. Plus, there are other teams that have good fixtures. There is Wolves have a good fixture. Norwich are playing Southampton, so you can even get a Cantwell for as a budget if you want to load up and get, say, Aguero, Sterling, and a De Bruyne.
Yeah,
So
but Norwich are going to lose. Let me just tell you that.
get Danny Ings then.
Yeah.
So or you can get a Traore or someone. So you need, since City players are very expensive, you need to get budget players just to build a squad around that. So use your unlimited transfers, use your bench boost, so that you can maximize the potential of that chip, and then you might not want players from Aston Villa and Sheffield United going forward. So transfer the hell out of them after that. You using your wildcard for game week 31 plus, and then build a balanced squad from there on in.
Man, what you say makes sense. There's only one question. Are there going to be now only 10 games per game week, or what sort of interruptions are we looking at? Like, will there be any other double game weeks already?
So we don't. There are likely to be. I mean, I think we've only got a proper fixture list for the next 3 game weeks. Otherwise, I think they'll see what happens with the FA Cup, which teams progress from there. So the only game weeks that are likely are teams that go further in the FA Cup. I don't see that happening because the FA Cup is again played on weekends, and the teams that progress further their fixtures can just be rearranged to a midweek fixture. There's no Champions League now, so even if like a team that was playing in Europe qualified for the later rounds of the FA Cup, their fixture can still be played very easily in the midweek. So we know this is a double game week right now. Plan for this double game week. Try and maximize as many points as you can for this double game week. Even if you don't have a wild card, play a free hit right now to load up on the double game week figures.
Wow, you're such a doomsday kind of a guy. Like, you're like, we don't know what's going to happen in the future. We don't even know if FPL is going to exist. Just load up now and get points now.
So plan for no more double game weeks. That's what
All right. Okay, if that's a cheap strategy, let's see who are the players to choose. Let's take a break right now, and after the break, Jayant, please tell me, who do I choose? You keep saying Lundstrom is not going to play, and then if he'll play and he'll score like some 100 points in a game week, it's just going to be so annoying. So we'll take a break, and after the break, just give me some names which are not called Lundstrom, and to tell me how they are going to fit my team. Stay tuned to Football Twaddle.
Hey everybody, welcome to another awesome week on the IVM Podcast Network. If you're not following us on social media, please do. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I'd like to thank our sponsors this week, Paytm Money and Intel. We appreciate their support. It's been a really fun week, guys. We've had some great episodes on your old favorites. Cyrus Says, Advertising is Dead, Edges and Sledges, Football Shitball had a really fun episode as well. Definitely do check it out. I'm sure you're going to enjoy yourselves. And with that, let's continue with the show.
Welcome back to Football Twaddle Fantasy Football Show. Jayant is here, our resident expert who knows everything in FPL and who is hell-bent on me losing all my points. So,
not at all. Why would I say that?
I don't know, man. You seem the sort of a guy who's like a well-meaning advisor but just backfires on people.
I won't say that.
You give all sorts of analysis and then you choose those players and they let's score blanks. How do you actually factor all such things in analysis, by the way? Just like...
Yeah, I'm not doing too badly. I'm top like something. I'm in the top 250,000. So I don't think I'm doing too badly.
Okay. So actually, you are what? You're ranked 2 lakh in the world, right? Out of 60, 70 lakh players.
Yes, that's true.
They're what, ranked 200,000 or something, correct?
I'm ranked 200,000 out of like 7.5 million.
Sure. Okay. So what do you think your ranking? What's the ranking you want to be at the end of game week 38?
I'd like to be in a 5-digit number. So, under 1 lakh.
That's not hard, Jayant.
Why? I mean, it's
200,000 to 100. I thought you'll have more lofty ambitions than that.
I have... 200,000 I think is quite... The thing is I have 4 chips remaining. So I think it depends a lot on how I use those chips. Chips can backfire really badly. So.
Okay. So, see, now that football is starting after 100 days almost, right? Everything is just going to be just blah. There's nothing called form.
Correct.
I don't know what's the differential anymore. Everyone is just, they look different. That much I know. Did like Higuain, did you see how different Higuain looked?
Even like everyone's got this massive beard now. Even if you see David De Gea, like Sergio Ramos.
Even I had till 3 weeks ago. So I don't know how do you go about selecting players like this? It is just
so you look at you're very true in saying that there's nothing known. It'll be difficult to analyze players because what happens now is that the home advantage, as we've seen in the Bundesliga, is not there anymore. So you even have to factor in the thing that Liverpool, once they've sewn up the title, like what are they going to do after that? Like they might give players like Brewster and all a run
But
out.
that is a problem after the next 3 game weeks. It's not a problem to be solved immediately. I mean, you have very conveniently said make unlimited transfers, but who do I transfer? Who is going to start? I have no idea. So should we just go with the tried and trusted names?
So 12 players are like, where those 12 players are coming from. They are from the four teams that have a double game week. So, and from City, you are going to take, there are some lock-ins that you have to have. You have to have an Aguero. You have to have a De Bruyne. You have to have a Aubameyang. Grealish you have to have. And then from Sheffield, you'll either take 2 or 3 defenders. So that's already 6 to 7 of your players sorted. Now, City, do you want to triple up on a City attack? Like the other option from City, I think is again quite straightforward. It's either a Sterling or a Laporte. It's if you want to do you want to invest in a defender or do you want more attacking returns from City? From Arsenal, Saka is a very cheap option into the Arsenal lineup. He's likely to start both games.
Stop pimping Arsenal players out, because whenever I've chosen them, they've always given me bad returns.
But you have to choose 3 Arsenal players, right? So because they have a double game week. I mean,
I know, but
why would you?
Their double game week makes no sense because they're playing Manchester City, right? So
there's less risk, right? I mean, then take Leno. At least he'll get you save points, and they're playing Brighton in the next fixture, so he might get you save points plus a clean sheet.
Wow, man, this is so complicated. Just getting who do I choose? Like, I get what you're saying. Okay, there's Everton, Liverpool is there this game week, correct?
Yeah, but yes, but again, why would you want anyone from those two from those 2 teams if you're trying to load up? What you would want to do is look at the teams that have an easy fixture. If they have a single game week, look at the teams that have an easy fixture. For example, not even in Newcastle, but
West Ham Wolves.
Yeah, Wolves are playing West Ham, so definitely get either a Jimenez or a Traore. Get if you want, get one Wolves defender. Get either a Doherty. I mean, Doherty is the best way into the Wolves defense. He's a little expensive, but he might get you 10 plus points. I have still gone for Cantwell because again he's cheap and Norwich, they have to start well. They have to get momentum if they want to sort of avoid relegation. And for the run-in, it's always very important to pick teams that have something to play for. That is, teams that are either fighting for Europe or avoiding to get relegated. Teams like Crystal Palace, Newcastle, they're safe and they have nothing to play for. So, avoid players from these teams as much as possible. My 3 players from non-double game week teams are Jimenez, Cantwell, and I've got Kiko Firmino. He's 4.2. He's a Watford defender.
But Kiko stopped playing, right? Kiko was...
So I looked at the last few fixtures. He started the last 2 for Watford. So, they've also, like Nigel Pearson came in a few weeks ago. He's sort of tinkering with the lineup. I might change Kiko, but 4.2 as a wing back, he's a very, very good option. I might change him, but I think Cantwell and Jimenez are locked in. So I've tripled up on Sheffield United defenders. I've got Henderson because he's got 2 really good fixtures. So if he gets 2 clean sheets, that's 12 points there. I've kept Lundstram.
You asked me to remove Lundstram, but you kept him.
I've kept him
here
because
comes the sinister plan.
I'm only keeping him for these 2 games, and then I'll probably sub him out after that because why I was telling you to not keep him is because Sheffield United bought a January transfer in Steven Berg, and because of his transfer in, Lundstram stopped playing a lot. But again, I've invested his. If I sub him out, I lose 0.5 million. I bought him at the start of the season. He's got. I mean, there's a lot of money I've got invested in him. So I've got Henderson, Lundstram, and Basham. I've invested triple in a triple Man City attack. I've got Aguero, De Bruyne, Sterling.
That's so awesome. So triple Sheffield, triple Manchester City. Rest you do whatever the hell you want, right?
No, then I've got two. I've got Grealish, and then I've got I think two Aston Villa defenders because I don't know what to do with Aston Villa.
Did you take Kyle Walker's as well? Kyle Walker?
Kyle Walker is. I mean, you as a City defender, you're saying?
No, as a human being, do you pick him in FPL? No.
I don't actually because I mean, if I want a high-scoring defender, I'll pick Liverpool defenders, right? Because they.
Dude, Kyle Walker was scoring quite a lot during lockdown as well.
Well, I mean, if that's the metric you want to go by.
What is the metric? I have no metric to choose. I will just choose disciplined players during lockdown.
No, game week 31 onwards, you only look at what happened in game week 30. So you watch like all 12 matches or whatever, however many matches are happening this game week. Watch them in detail and then see who's doing well and who's not.
Look, from next week, we will get into this differential. It seems quite pointless to do that. But there are 3-4 questions in my mind, which I think you probably will be a better person to answer than my gut feel and my weird metrics. So let's go. Paul Pogba, what to do?
So again, don't get him this game week. Game week 31 onwards, see if he's playing or not. But again, in that price range, I would pick Bruno Fernandes. Since his signing in January, he's been doing really well for Manchester United. If you look at game week 31 onwards, Manchester United actually have really good fixtures as well. So I'm actually thinking of getting both Rashford, he's back from injury, and Bruno Fernandes into my team game week 31 onwards.
Bruno is so good. He looks like such a good human being. It's just annoying that when such people go to Manchester United, it makes it a more humane club, which is bullshit. Anyway, so that's one. Second question in my mind is we have Son come back from injury. We have Harry Kane come back from injury. In fact, the entire Spurs squad is back from injury. We have Sissoko. Like everyone's back, right? So the question is mostly regarding Son and Harry Kane because that's what a lot of people would choose for FPL. Again, let's talk broadly for the next 3-4 game weeks. Don't give the same answer or watch up for the game week 30. But Harry Kane always scores goals. So if not for this week, just put him, right? Put him in the squad. He will give you goals.
So again, I mean, I would look at Son more than Kane because of the fact that I think in attack, you can get cheaper players who are having who were at least having a really good season, but who might be better picks. Like even someone like a Dominic Calvert-Lewin at 6.5. United and Everton have really good fixtures. So I would maybe go for Rashford, Calvert-Lewin, and an Aubameyang or an Aguero for the rest of the season. In midfield, the choices are a little less straightforward, I would say. So picking Son, I would go for Son over Kane.
He's probably better.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to this age-old debate. Salah versus Sané.
No, Mane.
Salah versus Mane. Oh, God. Yeah, by the way, before we get to Mane, is Sané even playing or should we just forget him?
Sané is back from injury. The other really interesting rule change, obviously, that has come into play now is 5 substitutes instead of 3. So what it means is that what we can see also happening is that there are a lot more substitutions happening at halftime. So guys, if your players are not in the starting lineup but on the subs bench, don't get disheartened. It also means that players will get subbed out after 45 minutes. So
yeah, but I have an answer for that. Defenders rarely get subbed out after 45 minutes.
That's true, but if you're talking about Sané, and especially with Pep Guardiola, a lot of your Mahrezes and your Bernardo Silvas, etc. of the world might start and then get subbed out after 45 minutes, or might not start and get subbed in after 45 minutes. So even with Sané, he'll be there and thereabouts for sure. He'll play probably about 90 minutes across both the game weeks. He's back from injury, so you can get him in Sané, Mahrez, Bernardo Silva, Sterling. They have a lot of options on the wing. So we never know with Pep what he's going to do.
Okay, let's get to Salah versus Mane. Or just don't choose anyone. So boring. I'm so bored. That seems so 2019, that debate.
No, it's a good debate for this season. It's a good debate for this season as well. Uh, I had Salah at the beginning of the season, and then I switched to Mane for some time after that. I had Mane in my team during the last few fixtures, but obviously I've used my the unlimited transfers and transferred. I don't have either of them for this game week. Um, if they win the title, like if City drop points this game week, I might not even get them for the run in because they literally have did 6 points. They'll wrap up the title. They might not even want to do anything after that. I don't know.
No, but see, I think the counter to that is if they don't play now, by the time they come back from preseason, it will be like 7 months before they played football, proper football, and you never know how the form changes. So Klopp will continue playing them. He may
He'll
not
play
be.
them, yes. He'll definitely play them, but I don't know what sort of like mindset they'll be playing with. They'll be partied out, they'll be hungover.
Dude, there's no bus parade, nothing.
That doesn't stop players from partying at home, right?
Is Liverpool planning a Zoom party for the championship viewing?
So I'm not sure about what to do. I would wait and see actually with Liverpool.
Okay,
I would invest more in their defenders actually. I might go for 2 Liverpool defenders.
my next question: Saint Maximum, is he going to give me joy?
You always look for these differentials, right? Like Omar Nias or a Solomon Rondon.
Dude, I live for call Newcastle players trying to do well.
So if you again look at Newcastle fixtures are okay. Like they have four good fixtures, then they have City away, and they finish with Liverpool at home. But again, I would again pick players who have something to play for. There's more riding on those games. They might try harder, etc. That is generally the mantra for the run-in. Like pick players who have something to play for.
All right. And the last question: which of these Chelsea's Lampard's children's do we have to choose?
That's a good question. I was very interested
because there's going to be a huge addition to all of Lampard's children now. There's going to be children from other countries, and there's going to be a lot of diversity in Chelsea in 2 months' time. So will that affect the current children? I don't know.
No, I don't think. The only person it's likely to affect is Tammy Abraham because maybe even a Pulisic because Ziyech is probably going to play in is going to play as a winger, so Pulisic might be affected. Werner will again either play as a central striker or just off the wing. So yeah, I think it's come at this break has come at a good time for Abraham. He was struggling a bit with injuries.
Yeah.
Lampard's squad seemed a bit stretched because Giroud and Batshuayi weren't scoring much. So the player that I was actually very interested in from Chelsea was Reece James.
I am just so looking forward to Reece James' play. I'm going to see the Aston Villa game to see if Reece James is going to start. And if he is, I know that there is some amount of confidence that he could be playing every week. He's quite cheap as well as a player for FPL. So Reece James is amazing. I love him.
Reece James is really good. He had a good run of starts before the lockdown. He's very good on the ball. Like he will definitely get you bonus points if Chelsea if Chelsea keep a clean sheet. Even if Chelsea don't keep a clean sheet, he will get you attacking return. So it's a good way it's a cheap way. He's only 5.1 as well. If you look at the other defenders in Chelsea, they're all like 6+. So yeah, it's a good way into a good like top 4 team. And Chelsea again do have something to play for. There are 5-6 teams who are chasing the last Champions League spot. Reece James, I think, is a good. And
Chelsea is such a likable club. Why can't you just change your loyalties? Chelsea is such a likable club. Why can't you just change your loyalties?
How is Chelsea a likable club? They're the only team. They've invested so much because they've only won titles because of money.
Wow.
It's true. So is City.
There is only one team which just won titles because of hard work, which is Leicester City. So what are you going on about?
I mean, even those Alex Ferguson's teams of old, like he won a title with Nani Anderson, like
Wow, Nani Anderson, they were the main players, huh, in that squad.
those their squads at that time weren't the best. Alex Ferguson just got the best.
Again, you move towards the left, man. Yeah.
Alex Ferguson just got the best out of his players. So I mean, Chelsea again, they're going to emerge very well out of this financial cloud that might come as a result of the pandemic because again, Abramovich is just going to pump in money. They're probably one of the only clubs who are going to spend like 50 million plus on a player.
Dude, that's the killer instinct which Arsenal lack.
That's not a killer instinct. It's a Russian billionaire who's willing to just.
So you have a US oligarch. What are you doing? Putting money
He's
in
not
bank and
willing to
getting
invest,
FD.
right?
He's like an Indian middle class person, Stan Kroenke.
He's not willing
FD
to
में डाल
invest
दो.
like your Russians and your Abu Dhabi guys.
Dude, please.
Let's see who Newcastle will buy. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, Newcastle seems. I hope they have Saint Maxima though. He's so interesting, man. He's so cool.
He's quite interesting.
Did you see his Instagram videos of him nutmegging his daughters or whoever?
I have not seen that. But I guess the question is who do you captain this game week?
Aguero.
Yeah, I think it'll be someone from City. A lot of people will captain Aguero if you want. I might be leaning a little towards Sterling. Just as a differential captain, I'm not sure.
So
I'm not sure who to put it.
My options are when in doubt, always captain Aguero. But now that you put in the Sterling doubt in my head, it could be
or
De
even
Bruyne.
KDB. Like,
yeah,
I'm not sure what to do. Like, it's one of the three City players for sure.
for sure.
Which one is less likely.
A really off-field captain's choice would be Dean Henderson. He can get 2 clean sheets. He's playing Aston Villa and Newcastle, right? So 2 clean sheets.
Even if he gets 2 clean sheets, that
makes him 8 points per game. So 2 games is 16. 16 into 2. You're looking at 32 points through Dean
Henderson. But Aguero will score 2 against Arsenal. So that's 16 points there.
The Arteta revolution is rocking.
Whatever. I mean, City, and then they play that they have 2 home fixtures. I mean, not that it matters much, but it's Arsenal and Burnley. They have City. Actually, Burnley, I don't think they'll score many goals. Maybe they'll just score 1, but.
We don't know. That's the whole point. Giving unlimited transfers at this point just makes no sense. They've not had
that's what you have at the beginning of this. It's like the beginning of a season, right?
But we are such useless people. We watch all pre-season games also. No,
pre-season is nothing. I never go by anything in pre-season. Has your Angel Gomez started any games for Manchester United? The star of your pre-season.
Angel Gomez was the star of United's pre-season.
Yeah. Eddie Nketiah was the star of Arsenal's pre-season.
Yeah, where is he?
He's again just before the lockdown. He started a few games. Scored, I think, against West Ham, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow. What's a good point to, let's wrap this up now. What's good point total to aim for in this game week? 80?
No, 80 is little. Double game week, you're using unlimited transfers. You're using a chip as well as that. You're using probably unlimited transfers plus bench boost. I want 120 points.
Dude, that is such high benchmark. I'll give you my password. Can you also get me 120 points?
I mean, there are probably 6-7 players who everyone is going to have this game week. It's how you use the other players.
Man, I'm so happy. Even though we are sitting in lockdown, the world seems to be getting to a place where we are just discussing the same things which we were 4 months ago. I was just so happy saying Salah versus Sane, confusing Sane with Mane. Yeah, no, that was my point. Confusing Mane with Sane, Sane with Mane. It just seemed like finally this Bayern. Is Bayern already winning the next year's title also in this season? By the way,
what do you mean?
They've already won this Bundesliga, right?
Yeah, I mean
have they started
this late
for the
goal
next
yesterday
season as well? They said, let's get some points for next season out of the way right now.
They're just so good. Yeah. This Hansi Flick seems to be getting the best out of them.
I know, especially Serge Gnabry, who was not good enough for which club?
Even Goretzka, he's playing so well.
Dude, Leon Goretzka was playing well for his previous club also. He was not deemed not fit for top flight football by Tony Pulis.
Tony. The best thing about Tony Pulis was his baseball cap.
Dude, he's actually quite a cool chap. I mean, he does what he does best. So there's no
You've
point.
spoken to him, Howard.
Huh?
You've spoken to him, Howard.
Look, I don't say. I think you've known me enough now, and we spoke on the podcast. I don't say bad things about any player or any manager, especially other than Arsenal, probably because they just make no sense to me. I don't know what they do. So, but yeah, other than that, and I like people like Saint Maxima. I'm just a simple man with simple needs. I get happy with simple things. And I need 120 points this FPL game week. Otherwise, I won't plug your article.
Oh no!
All right, Jayant, thanks a lot. See all the games. I may or may not, but if you watch all the games, we will have enough content to talk about for the next FPL episode.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to watch all the games. Probably on repeat.
All right, man. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. See you. Good luck, everyone, for Project Restart.
And we are going to plug Jayant's article plus all this bullshit we spoke about right now, or my bullshit and Jayant's valuable suggestions on our Twitter handle @FootyTwaddle, and Instagram and Facebook is FootballTwaddle. So please check there, whatever you want to check. And if you have any doubts, like which you want to ask Jayant about, like which Arsenal player to pick or which Arsenal player to drop, will David Luiz give 30 points in a game week, any of such questions, just like drop in those questions and we'll see if we can even answer them. All right, okay, take care everyone. Bye-bye.
Are you looking for India's most awesome cricket podcast? Are you now tired of listening to the same old guys drone on about cricket everywhere? Edges and Sledges is a weekly cricket podcast hosted by 3 fans of the game, Varun, DJ, and myself, Ashwin. It was established in early 2018, has over 60 episodes now, and is of course now proud to be on the IVM Podcast Network. Each week, we get together from 3 different time zones, the USA, the UK, and Singapore, and we talk about things from the world of cricket, with a focus on Indian cricket. We often interview special guests from all around the world, including former cricketers and cricket media personalities. So check out Edges and Sledges, the cricket podcast, now on the IVM network.
Remember the last vacation you took? What about the one you took 3 years ago? Okay, how much do you really remember? It's a question I've asked myself often over a decade of traveling the world. Hey, I'm Utsav, and I do not travel the world for a living. I have a full-time job and responsibilities, but I have made traveling the world a priority. Priority enough that I negotiate extra leave in my job contracts, obsessively track my frequent flyer miles, and I'm willing to take off at the sight of a cheap ticket. Yes, I am cheap. I have lived and worked in 3 countries. I understand human behavior for a living. And these experiences have given me unique insights into places, people, and culture. With over a decade of travel behind me, I increasingly realized one thing, that we cannot see everything. So whatever we see, we must see deeply. Because as the film of memory decays, the imprints which will stand the test of time are the ones felt by the immersion of the senses, not by fleeting encounters with them. Postcards from Nowhere is an immersion into the world of slow travel, one story at a time. Tune in every Thursday on the IVM Podcasts app, website, or wherever you get your podcast from.